Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel again. My name is Ada, and as the title says, today I'll be teaching you all how to drift in Midnight Racing Tokyo demo. I think it's demo version, I don't know. Yes, let's go ahead and start off with what I shall show you is what is drifting. You first need to know what is drifting, so I have got a clip right here. As you can see, as the person is doing, you can just replay and see what he's actually doing. But drifting is meaning that to stay sideways while going forward, just like how that guy is doing. Can you see him? He's staying sideways but still is going forward. So yeah, that is what is drifting. But sadly you cannot do it forever like in Midnight Racing, because of the physics. But yeah, we'll learn about how to drift. So let's get on right with it. So before we learn drifting in Midnight Racing in this game, we first need to know what type of car we have, whether it's an rear-wheel drive or a front-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive. So to check that, we first need to just go ahead and buy a car, which I will need to do right now, because that's how you will get to know if your car is a rear-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive or a front-wheel drive. So you need to check all that only when you buy a car. Okay, let's just go ahead and buy one. So when we are buying cars, we can see like this. Whenever you are buying a car, you sure can see this, right? Drivetrain, front wheel drive, or an let it load. Oh my gosh. my game's slow today. Wow. Come on, dude, load. Wait, let me get another car, and that will be, yeah. So you can see we have a rear-wheel drive and a all-wheel drive. We might have one, I don't know, but yeah, there is an all-wheel drive car also. And how about I going? Let me see. Yep. So as you can see, an all-wheel drive. So we have three types of drivetrain, which is a rear-wheel drive, a front-wheel drive, and an all-wheel drive. So for drifting, you need a rear-wheel drive car, which is probably WD, because due to this you will have less grip in the back. Less grip in the back, I don't know, but yeah, it is said that a rear-wheel drive is the best for drifting, as they slip out quite easily. So drifting is midnight, or you can just say this game. I'll just say this game from now on, okay? So drifting is in this game isn't that easy, and you can actually drift by three ways, which is the simple handbrake drift, a clutch kick drift, and a inertia drift. So I will start ahead and first teach you how to do the parking brake drift, or the handbrake drift as we all call it. So before you drift, you want to make sure that you have your TCS turned on. It is important, then, because you don't want a grippy car while drifting, right? Let me see. So if I turn on the TCS and I do slalom like this, I'm not slipping out that easily. I'm because you are seeing that I'm sliding out still, because this code is slippery. I must tell you, the drift code is actually made slippery by the developers. But if I go out in the tube, you will see that you are not slipping off that easily, or sliding out, shall I say. So yeah, whenever you are drifting, you need to make sure that you have your TCS turned on, or else it's gonna be a total disaster as far as I have experienced. But yeah, so let's start off with how we actually drift in Midnight Racing. So let me just get on the track. So when we are drifting, we need to make sure, when we are doing the handbrake drift, we need to make sure that we tap the handbrake, which is the P button on PC. You just have to tap it, not even hold it, just tap it when you are entering. And sometimes you may not even need to counter steer the whole drift, shall I say. Yup, sometimes the car counter steers itself, so it is quite easy when you are doing the handbrake drift. As you can see, I did not counter steer at all there. The car is literally, as you can see, counter steering itself. Sometimes you may or may not need to counter steer. It all depends on how you feel the car goes, because drifting is something that I cannot usually teach you, and it comes on your own. But yeah, so entering a corner, make sure that you are on the second gear and you have speed which is above 50, because that's the best when you are like racing on the tubes. You may drift here quite easily because the track itself is made slippery by the developers, that you can drift here. That's why it is made a drift course, right? So yeah, as you can see, you are slipping out quite easily here. It is just literally like an ice rink, you know. But yeah, and the next thing we will start off with how to do the second type of drift, which is the inertia drift. So inertia means shifting your weight from one side to another, which is like somewhat like doing a slalom until the back of your car starts to slide out. And it is quite sometimes useful in races like this, as you can see, and it is also quite hard to do, shall I say. As you can see, this guy did right there was an inertia drift by coming like this and this and this. Thanks, bro. But yeah, so that's how an inertia drift is. You basically just go from one side to another, shifting your weight, then you start to drift. It's basically the main idea, but it is quite hard to perform. So we will now move on to the third type of drift that we do, which is the clutch kick drift, and believe me, that's the hardest and you don't even want to do that. So for the clutch kick drift, we will need to go into manual transmission, which is by changing, which you can change by clicking M. So when you are in manual transmission, you actually have an option to hold the clutch, which is shift. I think, yep, it is shift. So how do you actually do the clutch kick drift? So I don't know myself also, but yeah, I think that's how you do it. So first you need to go at it at quite some speed. You actually need some great speed for this. Then you let go of the gas, hold the clutch, and then gas again. So as you can see, you start to slide out, and believe me, that is quite hard to pull off. Okay, go like this again, hold the clutch, gas again, and there we go. That's how you do it, and believe me, it's very hard to do. It's super hard. Like this. I cannot control it. Oh my gosh, it is very hard to do. I don't think even you guys will like to have it. The best one which I can tell you is the handbrake drift, which I told you in the first place. And believe me, drifting in this game can be super useful. Yep, it can be very useful when you are racing or even breaking the time records in the tracks such as Mount Otsuki. Drifting is very useful in Mount Otsuki, shall I say, because there are many corners which you can sometimes not grip or you will slip out. So yeah, drifting in Mount Otsuki is quite useful. So that's it. That's how you drift. Tap the parking brake and drift. There we go. Best one. But yeah, and that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys liked the tutorial. If you did, make sure to click the like button, hit the subscribe button, make sure to share this video, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.